Anyways, he knew how to ride a bike. I had a ride with him, which was super exciting. Anyways, but anyways, so one of the exercises, and maybe you can tell the story, Rorik, because it's a good example of why being ADHD or having ADHD is not always the reason for people not getting you.
No, but even after an experience like that, you don't feel like as an ADHD, you don't feel like it's not because you can generalize it that people are not listening to you. Though what you feel, there where you have been hurt,
Mm-hmm.
it goes away, evaporates. So what happened actually is he said like, okay, now we're going to leave the training ground and practice as a bunch of Hell's Angels. What means like driving around in, I think, about 15 people or something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
15 people. And he said, like, listen, what always happens and can't be happening now is you see this, you drive two by two, okay, no problem. But if one has a problem in front of you and he puts himself on the side of the road, then everybody drives on and go and look for a safer place to put his bike down, and then one can stay, but all the rest goes on, so we don't have a traffic jam, we don't have accidents and stuff like that. So he explained it, and I think he repeated it about 10 times or something. I said like, come on, not another stuff. This is enough. I know what you mean. And we just went out, and we turned one time to the right, and I think after, I don't know,
The first 5 minutes.
a quarter of a mile,
Yeah.
it happened. Somebody stopped. Everybody stopped, and I wanted to drive on, but I couldn't because the complete street was blocked.
It was
With,
like the whole in Jungle Books when the
yeah,
elephants come.
yeah, it's a bing, 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 bing.
Amazing.
Yeah, and we were less than 5 minutes, and it happened. And that's something like I said, oh wow. So not everybody's listening to what an instructor says. It doesn't change this feeling I have that nobody ever listens to me.
Mm.
And sometimes what I say is too complicated. I can understand that. This is an issue that can be resolved very quickly. Just say like, I don't understand you. Can you explain this?
Mm.
But it never happens. People never say like, I don't know what you're saying. Everybody always says like, you're confusing, and or you are confused, and, and that's very hard because I'm not. I'm just this brain is doing a lot of things.
Nobody wants to feel stupid. And most people will unconsciously have a hard time admitting that when somebody is explaining something which sounds complicated, that they can't understand it. I have that problem. And I'm sure everybody has had that where somebody explains something to you and you feel like, this sounds really smart. I should be able to understand this, but I have no idea what he's talking about. And then there must be a reason why you don't understand. And it's very hard to say to yourself, I should actually ask. It's okay not to understand. We weren't brought up that way.
Mm.
You get bad notes at school if you don't understand things and you feel ashamed about not understanding. I mean, being called an idiot is not nice. It's not fun. It doesn't do you good.
But being called a lunatic, no, neither.
No. But that's not the issue.
Yeah, it is.
It is, okay.
Yeah, about 10 years or something. I was into history. We traveled through Europe every summertime, and we only visited castles, churches, and mountains. There were the three things on our program.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. So at school, I had a lot of things to tell about the Dark Ages because I mean, our family visited this kind of
Torture chambers and
torture
stuff.
shit, yeah, like and weaponry and stuff like that. I remember there was a teacher. It was about the history of Belgium. It was like in 13 something. There was a big battle, and they used a special kind of weapon. I can show it here. And I knew what the name of this thing was, and I said to her, "It is this," and she said, "No, no, no, it is that." And and we start arguing, and I was so sure that so I said, okay, tomorrow I bring you a book and I show you. And the only thing she said to me is like, you are not a polite boy.
She felt humiliated.
Yeah, but I was right. So it was black and white. As a teenager, I became more and more arrogant because I knew I was right. And I said to the teachers, "You're wrong." And I already have seen all these books. And then they always said like, "You're arrogant. You're this. You're that." But the more they repeated the fact that I was arrogant, the more arrogant I became. Just to provoke them.
I when we just got to know each other, you were an extremely provocative young man.
I was an artist.
You were a very provocative artist. Do you still feel like that now?
No. I think I was provocative because I wanted to put myself one way or another.
To be there?
Yeah, just to be there. Just be normal. That's more than foolish enough.
Yeah, that's what people used to say. Well, they say that to a lot of children, but in your case,
because when I was nervous, I like to make people laugh. So I start acting like a clown, and then said like, you see, this is not normal. And of course it was normal because they were so boring, and they were arguing, and I thought like I can make something happen, something funny, but that didn't work out.
But it was a way to get appreciation.
Yeah, it's a coping mechanism. It's not about attention because I like to be alone, so it's more like appreciation. The moment when I'm with other people, it's nice to feel appreciated.
We have worked for over 30 years because we absolutely, since the beginning, wanted to do something together as a team for many years, many projects. We tried a lot of things, and in the end, I think it is the desire to work as a team which has given us the energy and the persistence to keep looking for the reason as to why it was so hard.
But I think for me, we is the most important word in my vocabulary, even my existence. Being part of something. I always ask like, what you want to do? Not because I don't have ideas, too many ideas. So, but it's just like if you have a project and I see what I can do in it, I can offer my service to be in that project. But that has to do with this lack of acceptance.
The main reason why we are now persisting for quite a while already, and it's going fantastic. It's going really good, and we take hurdles more than a couple a day. We also have these hard conversations sometimes, which we don't do in front of the camera because some things are very confronting, absolutely necessary. Making a breakthrough is really, you really have to be persistent. Don't give up too easily on one another. That is really important.
Yeah, but now with this conversation we had about acceptance shines another light on selling stuff, because it's very hard to make yourself accepted in the situation you're selling something. There's no we, because the person who is interested in what you have to offer, what I have to offer in this situation, there's no we. There's the potential buyer and there's a potential seller. This thing happens, and then you separate. So there's no future bringing people together. That's what I like doing with this channel, is like bringing people together, because this we is for me much more important than becoming influencer, star,
absolutely,
whatever.
absolutely. That's the deal.
And it's one part is we, and us is has to do with acceptance, which is not so easy as an ADHDer. But on the other hand, it's also about the natural way for humans to be together with other people. I mean, we survived like almost 300,000 years on this planet, just being together as a group, as a clan, as a tribe. And that's something we lost now in our society. Loneliness is so...
It's over the top, yeah. It's in. So, guys, I hope you have had something out of this conversation. It was a pleasure for us to share it with you, and we're looking forward to seeing you around next time. Meanwhile, we invite you to subscribe to the channel, make it grow, share it with people that you know might be interested and learn something from it or be inspired by it. Leave a comment. No matter which language you speak, we speak English, French, German, and Flemish. So these 4 languages are all okay. That's it for now. We're wrapping it up here, and you guys take good care of yourselves. Big hugs, and see you in the next time.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye for now. 2 hidden torpedoes in a. Sorry.